Okay, welcome back everyone. We were in Stormwind last time, but now we're in Ironforge. We're going to turn in the quest to Ironforge for Yagan's Digest. I just flew here before I started the video, so we're going to complete that quest. I need to return the items on the node to Garib Bone Grip. Okay. Now, we do have a mage lined up who is going to portal us on the way to you, because we need to go to Darnassus to turn in some quests. And to be totally honest, it took me a little bit to find someone. There's not a lot of mages. There's about 10 mages that have been here on and off the last few minutes, and I was like whispering people, no reply. Whispered someone, no reply. And it was surprising how many people I felt like I had to whisper before one of them would reply, and finally Emka said, yeah, sure. Like, all I was asking was, could you portal me to Darnassus? I will tip. So, I was a little surprised by the lack of response from people. There's a couple people that are AFK, but most of them weren't listed as AFK. Now, one thing I was doing real quick was coming in here to set our in to Ironforge. I think that'll be a little more useful for us. Yeah, I think it will help us to have the in, or have our Hearthstone set to Ironforge. I think we'll be able to hearth back here after we go to Darnassus, because I don't think we want to. Let's trade. Let's throw a 1 gold tip. Okay. Thank you. Let's, Furball form. Boom. Darnassus portal. Thanks. That was a 1 gold. The portal, totally worth it. Like, absolutely worth it. Now we need to turn in a bunch of quests. This is why we're here. I think we've got 2 quests to turn in. I forget how many we're turning, but I think 2. And we're just gonna have to walk our way up this little winding ramp here. Anyway, Darnassus is the home city to the Night Elves, or the capital city of the Night Elves. I've mentioned this before, last episode, but it's way up here. It's like, well, sorry, so, yeah, Darnassus is the city. Teldrassil is like the island that the city is located. But it's like, if you zoom all the way out, it's way up here on the northwest side of Kalimdor. It's a mess to get to from Ironforge, which is like central Eastern Kingdom, so it's not a mess, it takes a while, and it's quite a bit faster, thankfully, to just have someone portal us. I probably spent 3 to 4 minutes asking for help to get a portal, so it wasn't that bad, and it would probably have taken us 20 minutes, even if we had hearthed back to Feralis, where our portal was set at. Okay, so we're doing Doling Justice. Oh god, 2 agility, that's what we need. This is all junk, just gonna grab the mail piece. There's some quests here, we're just not quite high enough level to take. Can I? Yeah, I'm just gonna jump down here. I'm gonna buff up, which doesn't really matter, I guess. Right now, out of range. Okay, which way is the exit? Oh, wrong way, okay. I'm getting turned around here. Anyway, so now we need to go, it looks like, outside. We got 7,500 experience for that quest, by the way. That was pretty significant. Are there any good quests in Darnassus that we're missing? Looks like these are all fairly low-level quests, so nothing we need to worry about. And I think the turn-in for the other quest we need is, yep, just outside. Now, I actually marked on the map here, you can see, to get out of Darnassus, you need to go to this teleport over here. I used to get lost in this city a lot, like I could never figure out how to teleport out when I hadn't been here for a long time. So I just marked it on my map finally, just to make sure I'd never have to like scratch my head and be like, where do I have to go? Because like to me, this portal here, like this is not clear, isn't like clearly indicate that this is a teleport. Now if you talk to these guards, what do they say? Hello. Yeah, there's no like guide that says like anything. Let's see, you've got the Hippogriff Master. You'll find him in through the portal. So you have to know that you have to you're looking for the Hippogriff Master. So it's a little confusing. Like, you don't realize the Hippogriff Master is outside, especially, it can be kind of complicated. There's some people over here to talk to, apparently, so I'm going to go see what this is about. I guess these are the quests we're turning in. I didn't realize we had 3 quests. Handle with care. Okay, we're going to complete that quest. And that gives us Favored of a Loon. Collect 15 Wildkin feathers from the Hinterlands. Okay, cool. What else is this going to have? Tell me more about these hippogriffs. Nope, don't really care. 3,000 experience. There's some hippogriffs just hanging out in the house here and some eggs. It's super non-sanitary, I'm sure. I don't think this is a proper animal care facility. And we need to talk to Darren Lightwind for the In Search of Knowledge quest. We're going to complete that. We get 600 experience. Points to a pile. Look around you, but maybe you'll see something that I missed. Points to a pile of books. What am I looking for here? Am I not high enough level for the next part of this quest? What was that quest called? In Search of Knowledge. I want to check this real fast. I think this is the quest where you have to be a certain level to access it. In search of... You know, I really need to get a second monitor so that I can, like, use this on the side, but this opens quest Feralis a history, which requires level 42. Apparently, like, this book should be something, I think, or maybe you can't talk to this guy. Am I like... Hold on a second. Someone said on Nostalrius, if this doesn't work, you have to log out and log back in. So we're gonna log out and log back in and see if we can get this book to interact with us. Because we're supposed to interact with that green book, I think. So I'm using, I mentioned before, db.vanillagaming.org is like... So I've mentioned this before, but I use db.vanillagaming.org as my source for... Maybe this isn't gonna work. Apparently I'm like high enough level for this, but it's not letting me interact. Someone else recommended Walk Away. Oh, maybe it's over here? Oh, it's this book. I'm stupid. So maybe this... I didn't realize... Man. Okay, well, this is the book we needed, guys. Never mind. Maybe that relogging wasn't necessary. So ask Darren Lightwind if you may borrow her book. Okay. I guess we can ask. I'm just going to take the book. That's what we usually do. For most quests, we just take what we need. So complete quest, you get 600 more experience. Take the letter to Kurgle Crinklehop in Tanaris. Man, apparently I should have kept my Hearthstone in Feralis. Whoops. Oh well. Okay, so we need to decide what we want to do next. Pirate hats we can take and drop. What else do we have showing here? That's it. The Star, the Hand, and the Heart. I remember this quest. This is a tough quest. We're not going to solo that. Feralis quest, Tanaris quest, Hinterlands quest, Swamp of Sorrows. I remember this quest. I kind of wanted to do this because I've never done it before. I wonder if there's a chain to this. I want to check this out too real quick. Using the db.vanillagaming.org website Driftwood. Because I'm just curious if there's a chain to it. Because if it's just that one quest, I think it might be a waste of time to go out there. But if it's a chain... deliver the shipment. Yeah, it's sort of unnecessary. There's a quest that'll take you out to like the Badlands from there, or not the Badlands, Blasted Lands from there. So like if you SoupaSoka, you complete this quest, you turn it in. Oh, we could do a Tale of Sorrow. And then go to the Blasted Lands. It'll send you over here. Okay, well here's what we're going to do. We're definitely going to Hearth, because I think we want to either go to the Hinterlands to work on Sprinkle's Secret Ingredient, and Whiskey Slim's Lost Grog, and there's another one that we just got, the Hippogriff Feather one. Or, let's see, do some stuff to vendor. Let's clear out a few things real quick. That's junk, that's junk. These things we're going to disenchant later. Oh man, I just realized I forgot to turn in the Wastewander water pouches when we went to Tanaris. Whoops. Oh well. Another time, another time. That was last episode. It was one of the things I was planning on doing with the Tanaris, or Gadgetzan specifically. It just totally slipped my mind. Well, unfortunately, I don't feel like going back there. I'm just checking to see. There's some Alderman quests up there, which we can knock out really quick, so I might run around and do that. I think it's probably faster to have ran through the center here, kind of a straight line. So, I always think it's interesting. You've probably heard the phrase before that the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. So for example, in the world of Warcraft, although it is a world, it's really a flat plane, right? Like we're talking a 2D plane, it's not like a curved surface we're running through. So in this case, we're running around here, which is almost certainly, running around Ironforge is almost certainly longer than if we had made a straight line through the Great Forge here through the center of this map. So it's something to keep in mind that, shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. However, on Earth, when we're flying in a plane, if you ever look at the flight paths of planes, especially crossing different continents, they will often take what looks like a non-flat route, and they will curve a lot of times towards the top, so towards the north or south poles, because it actually is a shorter distance if they sort of make this going over the Earth rather than going around the Earth. It's hard to explain without a globe or some illustration on screen. Hold on a sec, we're talking to High Explorer Magellas. He wants to speak with historian Karnak in the Hall of Explorers within Ironforge. Okay. That's easy enough. Any things over there? Nope. Okay. That's pretty much why we came over here, just to do this quick talk to this guy quest. Complete the quest. We get 700 experience. Okay, it's like locked up with the backup and passing the burden. Speak to Timur in Ironforge. Timur, where is Timur? Way on the other side. I knew about these quests from Questy, and I think they're all Alderman related, but I figured it'd make things, we might as well just get some free experience real quick. By the way, this is a pterodon skeleton. This is the thing floating up here in this, let's see if I can zoom out. Floating up here, it's like a pterodactyl, right? Similar. This intact pterodon skeleton was recovered from the remote Unguro crater. Cool. So they haven't yet encountered that species. Now, a pterodon, much like a pterodactyl, is spelled with a P at the beginning, and a friend of mine was telling me what I guess is sort of a joke, because they actually seriously say this. My friend's mom, when you're talking on the phone, you're saying a word, you're saying your last name, like if it was Smith, you would say S as in soak, M as in man, I as in itchy, to make it easier for people to hear your name and how to spell it, especially if you have a less common name. So, what my friend's mom says, when she gets to her name has a P in it, she'll say P as in pterodactyl, which, as you can imagine, throws people off because a lot of people don't think of pterodactyl as being spelled with a P. Here we are with Timur, by the way. So Timur is passing the burden. Let's complete this quest. 750 experience. Using the drawing kit, make rubbings of the runes of blah blah blah. The runes of... Okay. I'm going to decline that quest. I know what that is, and I think it'll take us into Azshara a little bit. And we're a little low level for Azshara, so I don't want to mess with it really at the moment. Now I think we've done all of our business here in Ironforge. So now we can probably fly out of here. And I think, well, what do I want to do? I think we will go to the Hinterlands, which I don't know if we even have a flight point up here. We might have to make a run for it. They're almost full in that Upper Blackrock Spire group looking for. I should sign up go as Super Tank and Off Tank. Wrong macro, don't whisper me. Oh, maybe he, I was gonna say, I'm surprised, I haven't seen anyone advertise it yet. So I'm really surprised he has a group of 8 of 10 this quickly, because, I usually watch chat and didn't see anyone talking about it yet. Now what's the quickest way? Okay, so we need to get to the Hinterlands. And I think the easiest way to the Hinterlands for us will be landing at Chillwind Camp and going east, taking this hidden path that I've already marked, and then running south. I think that's going to be the way to do it. So we're going to fly to Chillwind Camp in the Hinterlands, and we're going to speed up the video for this flight, and we'll be back in just a minute. Okay, so I just disabled Flux. I've mentioned this before. I run with Flux a lot. It's a free software that you run in the background of your computer that dims or changes the color of your computer screen, so it's a little more orange, a little less bright blue. Unfortunately, I always forget that I have it on, and so if you notice the color changed, I think it does impact in-game WoW also. So I went ahead and disabled that. So I think it should be a little more natural colored now. We are in Eastern Plaguelands right now, and we're heading, these mobs are a little high level for us, we really don't want to mess with these. Sorry, we're in Western Plaguelands. We're heading east in Western Plaguelands. We really don't want to fight these guys if we can help it. We gotta get away from them. And we're heading east because there's a hidden path. Well, I consider it a hidden path. I don't know, maybe everyone knows about it. It's not really hidden, but I think it's hidden. We are passing Uther's tomb. By the way, let's take a... Oh, this guy's still chasing us? Okay. Take a quick peek here at Uther's tomb, which is pretty, kind of a cool landmark, I think. I mean, nothing really too fancy, but might as well show it off while we're coming through this area. There's someone here, High Priest Darnassus, which we cannot speak to. And a little inscription here. Here lies Uther Lightbringer, first paladin, founder of the Order of the Silver Hand. It's written by Anonymous. Kind of cool. Anyway, worth a detour, at least I would say. Let's go ahead, while we're running around, let's go ahead and buff up a little bit. Get fully buffed, then we will shadow form and mount up, so we're ready to go. So there's a little hidden path over here. I believe it's the right path. I haven't actually taken this path in probably 6 months at least. I basically only take it once, right? You take it one time when you find the flight to get to the flight master, and then you never take it again. We're about to get shadow bolted, so I'm gonna try and veer away so we don't aggro more of those guys. We're heading near Daromir Lake, which is where Shalamance or Scalamance or Schoolamance, so there's like a million ways to pronounce it. I'm pretty sure I would say Shalamance. Anyway, Shalamance is over here in the middle of this lake. Skolamance, maybe Skolamance makes more sense. Shoal. Anyway, that instance, it's actually, I do like that instance quite a lot, but it seems like it's never a very popular instance, and I feel like one of the major issues is that there's not a lot of gear for warriors there. In my opinion, it's kind of low gear for warriors, a lot of good caster gear, but what you end up having then is very few main tanks that want to run the instance. They just aren't motivated to run it, I think, in many cases. Now, I really hope I marked this route correctly. Yeah, perfect. So there's the island that we're talking about on the left, and here's that hidden path that I mentioned. So the coordinates are about 6586, and you can actually use these coordinates to get into the Hinterlands. You can see this is the path that leads down. So for me, this is like the easiest way to get there. The other route you could do to get to the Hinterlands, let's see, would be to come up through Alterac Mountains. You can go up through this way, through Alterac Mountains, or you can even go through Hillsbrid Foothills. I think there's another path here. You can follow this river. There's lots of different ways to do this, but I personally like to go, if I have the flight point over where Showin Camp, because I took that flight point a long time ago for the purpose of getting to Scarlet Monastery. So because of that, it's so convenient that it just makes sense to go along that way. Now, anyway, we're leaving the Plague Mist Ravine, which I guess is the name of this thing here, and we're just about into the Hinterlands. And once we're inside, we're going to work on, let's see, take the Dune Malt compound. We're going to look at Sprinkle's secret ingredient, Whiskey Slim's grog, and Favored of a Loon. So we have 3 quests here. There are different levels of difficulty. Favored of a Loon should be fairly easy. We're just looting things. You don't actually have to kill any mobs. Sprinkle's secret ingredient, same. Actually, for all these quests, we don't have to actually kill anything. We just need to find items that are laying out on the ground. So they're very easy quests in that regard. However, they certainly... someone killed the level 40 trained Razorbeak, which... This... Okay. Can't remember if that... I think that's a friendly to Alliance, though. I don't think we can kill those mobs. This is only level 42. Oh, there we go. There is a Wildkin Feather. Probably gonna have to kill that wolf. Maybe? Nope, we're good. See, the Wildkin Feathers just... spread. There's another one over there. We're gonna go grab that in just a moment. Actually, let's go this way. I want to go to the city, and I want to get the flight path before I forget. Those feathers are fairly frequently spread out, so it's not like a major concern with finding them. I think we shouldn't have any big problems with this. Is this guy gonna poison us? The wolf was like casting something. Huh. Maybe not. Anyway, there's another feather. Yeah, so we're just gonna run around and loot all these feathers. The feathers are mostly in the western side of the Hinterlands, so pretty much from around where my cursor is on the map over, you're gonna find lots of feathers. I think you can probably find them all throughout Hinterlands, but I always end up collecting them just in this area pretty easily. I mean, I never really go out of my way. Someone's killing all these poor hippogriffs. It's like a genocide on the hippogriffs out here. Anyway, we're at Airy Peak now. Airy Peak is the capital, or like the major city, I guess, not the capital of the Hinterlands. And there should be a few quests here that are worth picking up, and I guess we might actually do some questing in the Hinterlands. I wasn't really planning to, but now that I'm looking around, I feel like we're close to being appropriate level for this. Let's grab this one. Let's grab Skull Rock Cleanup. Skull Rock Cleanup might be a little tough for us, but we're gonna go and put them all on our little thing here. We don't have any mail today, nothing to pick up of interest, and there's another quest back here. This is kind of an interesting, Airy Peak's sort of a cool city. It's like vertical, like it's really, there's like this first part here is a couple buildings, and as you can see, we're now running up a large hill. There's another little building here. We keep going up. How's our bag space? It's looking pretty good. Oh, what was that? Food crate. Okay, nothing too important there. Keep going up this way, and I think the flight master is, yeah, I was gonna say up at the top up here, which kind of makes sense. You're flying in, you might as well land near the top. So it's important to get that flight point just so we don't like hearth out of here back to Ironforge and forget about it. And there's this big griffin cave. Whoops, kind of busted the camera there. Big griffin cave and witherbark cages. We need to check the cages is what this quest is for. So it's fairly, I think it's a fairly easy quest. Witherbark cages. Okay, so we have a lot of quests now we can do here. So we're gonna work our way east and complete the quest as we head over that way. The farthest east quest is the Whiskey Slim's Lost Grog. That quest is all the way, you can see on the mini map or on the world map here, these little bags. It's all the way on the east coast. We'll probably not work on that today. I think we have plenty to do. Violet Tragan is about in the center of the zone, a little west, because right around here is a little lake. It's very easy, you just gotta swim to the bottom of the lake and grab it. The cages, okay. Let's go work on these cages. Not that anyone uses that I know of. So we're gonna look at these cages. Ooh, level 50 Orc Rogue. Okay. Do we wanna fight a 50 Orc Rogue? I don't think so. He's out here farming those hippogriffs, it seems like. And he's an undead rogue, so fear is not gonna be super effective against him, unfortunately. So I think I'm just gonna head away from him and not cause any trouble for us. Okay, let's grab a couple wildkin feathers. I see one here and one right behind us somewhere. Where was it? I could have sworn I saw it. There it is. Okay, I lost track of it for a moment. Ooh, there's that. Wait, Orc Rogue. Okay. I want to mount up so I can position a little better. Oh, good, he aggroed. What level is that troll? A 41 troll? I don't know how he aggroed that from there. It seems rather bad luck. We also have to collect 5 troll tribal necklaces. The good thing is those tribal necklaces will probably come to us pretty easily just by killing the trolls to get to the other quests, so I don't have to worry too much about that. If that rogue pops up, I think we'll be okay because it's an orc rogue. I thought it was an undead rogue. So all I need to do is fear it, and then I can either run away or I can decide to fight it depending on how I'm feeling about the situation. What I want to do depends really on if we're in combat or not. If we're in combat with a mob at the time, I will probably just fear him and run, but we'll see. I mean, the other thing is he's 5 levels over us, so that doesn't help our situation very much. It's not like the end of the world, but not great either. We do at least have the nifty stopwatch, which I got to keep that in mind. And if he's got poisons on us, we can stone form, which is also important. We're going to pop out the rabbit real quick. Ooh, Wildvine. Wildvine's pretty valuable. I think it I don't know how much it vendors for, but or not vendors. I don't know how much it sells for in the auction house, but I would say in general, I think of it as going for like 1 gold a piece or so. So if you can find an efficient way to harvest wild vine at low levels, and like in Stranglethorn Vale, there's places that drop it. It's pretty solid stuff in terms of grinding for gold for your mount. Okay, the cage we need is back there. It's pretty well guarded. There's a tribal troll necklace we needed. This is a zealot, so we're gonna zealot. Sorry, I would say zealot. I've had this habit since I was a kid. Besides, obviously, that I mispronounce things constantly. As a kid, when I played StarCraft, that's the first time I ever came across the word zealot. And for whatever reason, I always pronounced it zealot. And I was seriously like in elementary school when StarCraft came out, I'm pretty sure. So, like, I don't know, I wasn't maybe an expert on pronouncing things, and like, I know what like a religious zealot is like a phrase people use sometimes, but it's not something you hear, at least I don't hear often in like common language. So my only experience with the word zealot was StarCraft 1 when I was a kid. So like I never heard it pronounced anywhere because I never used the term. Like there's no voice acting that said zealot in the game, so I just pronounced it how I thought it was pronounced. And it wasn't until I was a lot older that I like watched people stream StarCraft 2, like 15 years later or whatever, maybe 12 years later, that I realized I was pronouncing it wrong all along. So, whoops. Okay, so we need to maybe kill that one also. Let's go ahead and get... Oh, good. Both these cages are side by side, the first and second one. Is the third one over here too? I think it's in a different spot. First cage down. I think this will block line of sight, this cage, so this guy won't even see us either way. But we do need to kill him because I want to loot these mobs, I think. Maybe, let's do this. I really should just put this on my hot bar since I've been using it quite a bit more recently. Huh. You can get so close with that. It's like incredibly close. What's that movie? Is like I think it's a movie based on 9/11 called Incredibly Loud and Extremely Close. I think that's what it's called. Now I think the other troll cage is down here, but I'm not 100% sure. I know I skipped a feather there, but that's okay. We're gonna find more. We did get another tribal troll necklace. Troll tribal necklace. Okay, we did get another troll tribal necklace. That's good. Maybe the cage isn't here. Where is the other cage? Am I like... Oh, it's over that way. Okay, well let's go ahead and... I don't know what's in here. I don't recognize this cave at all, but I think it might be fun to dig into it a little. I don't know if I've ever been in it. These are higher level mobs. These are level 44. Last mobs we were fighting were like level 40... What were they? 41? 40? 41? So they were fairly low. These are level 44. These aren't certainly too high for us, but definitely higher, which is kind of interesting. 2 more wand hits will take this guy out. Dead. Good. Loot another wild vine. Perfect. I'll take more of those. Always find a use for valuable consumables or reagents. Cave looks kind of empty, but I don't think I've ever been in there for real. Like I don't remember. Someone's looking for a tank and healer for Sunken Temple. Quick and easy. Message me now. I could jump on my warrior and do that, but I've been like really on a kick of just like really enjoying my priest. Like I feel like we're hitting a stride where things are going pretty smoothly with leveling. Let's see. This looks like a really shallow cave. I wonder if there's like a chest in here sometimes, like just like a random spawning treasure chest. Because it seems weird. Maybe it must be something, some quest or something. Because I feel like there's like clearly those were guards outside of it, right? They weren't just like random mobs hanging out. Okay, so we're gonna head straight over this way to get our third cage. I'm kind of looking around, by the way. If it looks like I'm like swinging my camera around a lot, because I'm looking for these feathers. Which, what? Oh, I was like, what did I get in combat for? I didn't even see that guy, or girl, I should say. Hide Skinner, Witherbark Hide Skinner. Okay, well, we're gonna nuke her down real fast. Our mana's been really good. I haven't even looked at our mana since we've been out here grinding on stuff. It's just been like, I don't know, plenty of mana. I really cannot stress enough how important Spirit Tap is, by the way, when you're leveling as a priest. Can I get to this from here? Nice, just barely can. I mean, that's like pushing the limits there, but that worked out well. And we got our third troll tribal necklace. I feel like it should be called a tribal troll necklace. But whatever. I'm not Blizzard. They can do what they want. It just, I don't know, troll tribal necklace? Tribal troll necklace? Whatever. Okay. The other cage we need is in here. I'm trying to decide what's the best, where the cage is. I'd like to see. I don't see it yet. Alright, well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and kill this guy first. These are a little higher level also, right? These are like level 43 instead of 41, so it's slightly higher. And this is just like most zones in WoW. Like, one interesting thing about vanilla WoW, and I think it's true in most, I think it's true in like all the expansions, I know the Burning Crusade for sure, is like even within a zone, there's like a level range, right? It's like most zones have probably a 5-level range from when you can like efficiently grind in there. And I still can't find the stupid cage. And Hinterlands is not much different. I mean, on one end we have level 40 mobs on the far west side. That's what we were fighting to begin with. But if you go all the way to the east, you're going to find mobs that are closer to almost 50. And you even, actually, one of the cooler things, this Jinta Allure down in the southern part, that's like an outdoor instance. Like, in my opinion, that area, you like need a group of at least a healer, tank, and there's a third cage. Okay, I found it. You need a healer, a tank, and a DPS to be able to clear that efficiently. And truthfully, like, I've done that instance many times. Oh, this is a rare spawn or something? What's going on here? Hate Fowler. Zol, I didn't even really, was not paying attention at all. Okay, so we're fighting a rare spawn here, folks. I've never seen this before. Zolarek, Hate Fowler. That's what I'm saying. That rare spawn, like, we destroyed that. How many times have I complained about rare spawns in the server being too easy? Like, they just are. Like, we should not be able to like nuke down a rare spawn, not even realizing it's a rare spawn, in my opinion. But yeah. Oh man, okay, I gotta pull this guy out of here. I want to lose line of sight again, aren't I? This jerk. Okay, I'm just gonna dot it so I can actually get the cast off, and then I'm gonna back up, make sure we're not pulling anything else. Looks like we're good. Shield. That was a nice crit, almost 650 damage. What is this? It's like, come on, Orc Rogue, don't be a jerk. What is this girl's name? Dinosaur X. Dinosaur X, okay. Yeah, so just the rare spawns are just too easy on Chronos. I don't know what the deal is, but I personally wish they were a little bit tougher. Let's see. Okay, so we have to still get in here, and I think we can jump over this thing to get in, maybe? Let's try some stuff here. Let's do a Mind Soothe on that. Mind Soothe on that. Okay, Mind Soothe on that. Now we're going to sneak over here and grab our cage real quick. I was barely able to Mind Soothe that one over there, but it worked just fine. Now I can sneak on out and easy peasy. Alright, now let's head a little bit east, and there's going to be a lake over there. So that's one quest down, the Witherbark Cage is level 45 quest, so it's simple enough. Let's go ahead and, ooh, someone, that's just a NPC there, a mob. I thought it was a person that died. Now we're going to head east to get to this lake over here. Is anyone online in the guild at the moment? How are you both doing? Yeah, so the guild is moving to a different server. I mentioned this. They're moving to Warmain. It's a Lordaeron family server. Not families and family friendly, but like Lordaeron's like their name of their group. Sort of like Chronos or Elysium or Nostalrius, like the name, but they have multiple servers within that family name. Alright, and the Violet Tragon we need is right here, yep. I think, yes. There's actually a few down here, but it's the only one we need, so we got it. That was one more quest done. And, you know, I forgot the Waste Wander water pouches. I forgot to turn those in Daenerys and Gadgetzan last time we were there. But that's okay, because we have the Violet Tragon anyway, which we have to take back to Gadgetzan regardless. So we're going to do that eventually. I don't know how we're going to get there, when we're going to go, but we will eventually go back. So we need more Wildkin feathers, and we need more troll necklaces. And I think, let's see. I'm wondering, if I want to run all the way east and go get that, the Puppily, what is it? Puppily verbose port? You know, I never realized this, but like, if you think about the words in WoW, one of the reasons I think, besides the fact that I'm just maybe not that smart, but I tend to mispronounce things a lot in WoW, especially kind of weirder words like Puppily verbose. I would say pupilly verbose. I think Puppily verbose port. You know, I never pronounce those words. Like, it's a word I've never seen before. We're following way out of the way where we need to go. I'm gonna kind of cut through. We don't need to kill these jade oozes. Oh, there's another feather. But I think we'll leave the oozes alone for now. I don't know, we are right at the ooze spot. Maybe I should just kill these. What level are all these guys? 47s and 48s? Okay. Let's go ahead and try and kill an ooze or two and see how that plays out for us, and we'll see how we go from there. They should be fairly doable. I don't think we need to worry about them too much. We can cure diseases if they disease us, which is really handy. And we can stone form if they poison us every 3 minutes. That's going to help too. But I don't know if they actually even poison or anything anyway. I think they're fairly standard mobs, like surprisingly boring mobs. They do, like most oozes, they drop that stupid stuff, like all those little vendor crap things, which are pretty much garbage. I did burn through a lot of mana on that first one because I was just like, I think I dumped like 2 Mind Blasts and 2 Mind Flays into him just to kind of get a sense of how long it takes to kill the mob. You know, someone's asking if any GM is available in World Chat. There was a point in time on Chronos 1 where the GMs were very active in chat. They would actually talk in World Chat once in a while. But mostly, you would see anytime World Chat that you would mention Thunder Fury. It's the legendary weapon that you get from like Molten Core / I think Blackwing Lair is a part of it. But Thunder Fury, anytime you'd mention Thunder Fury, which is basically a meme at this point, people just like mention it as a joke. If you mention it in chat at all, you would instantly get kicked from the chat channel. Like, not that it was like automated, but there was like a mod or a GM, sorry, not a mod, a game master who would just like moderate the channel so thoroughly that any mention of Thunder Fury, instant boot. But now as the server has quieted down so severely, it just outright, like, there's no presence from GMs anymore in the world chat because there's no really need to be, because like the people that are left on the server, honestly, it's like I really like the people that are still on Chronos 1, but there's just not a lot of them. So it's like you won't run into people a lot, unfortunately, and see world chat, it's very quiet. But I am playing even earlier than I used to play. A lot of times I'd play early in the morning before we moved. So I mentioned in the last few months we moved. Before I moved, I would play usually between like 6 and 9 a.m. Now I play between like 5 and 7 a.m. So I play like even earlier in the morning. So it's not exactly a fair comparison between the times of day. Especially, I think this server is primarily now a European server. I think the majority of the population, I think actually part of our guild, a lot of the Americans, I think, went to Warmane mainly, and a lot of the Europeans, I think, left the guild and joined some other guild that's more active in the European time zone. Because when I joined originally, this guild was mostly American, and over time it transitioned into more of a European guild. Ooh, a distress beacon. That's a fun escort quest we can deal with at some point. I don't know when we're going to want to do that. Oh, geez. The aggro radius in these things is fairly large. But anyway, so I do think the main playtime for the server is European playtime now. I don't know when most Europeans play. I assume from like 3 p.m. to like 10 p.m. or like maybe 5 p.m. to midnight is like the busy time for them. And they are about, I think, 7 hours ahead of me. So like right now it's like early afternoon in Europe, I'm guessing. So I don't think that's necessarily a very active time. I think give it another like 4 to 5 hours and you'll see a lot more people online. But the server's definitely lost a lot of population, and likewise world chat and game masters are just not around as much, unfortunately. So there's a food crate over here. I might go loot that. Worst case, we'll just vendor it, but use don't eat me. I've never eaten one of these violet dragons. I have no idea what it does, and I don't think I'm going to eat it because I want it for a quest and I don't want to have to go get another one. Oh, well, you know, killing these sludges is going pretty well. We're having a good time killing them. And once we finish up, we need quite a few more, unfortunately. They're fairly... It's not like a really slow kill, but we're certainly not like nuking them either, I would say. They're definitely hardy enough and high enough level that they resist occasionally and just don't take quite as much damage from our wand and such. But we did clear this camp at least, so we get our food crate. And there's 2 or 3 camps of these things. There's actually like, so this spot here, you can go north, and I guess even northeast, another camp over there. I didn't know about that one. So they're kind of spread out. If you're on a server that's fairly populated, you will have trouble maybe farming these sometimes. Like, you'll definitely find a lot of people are farming them at the same time. My advice is to just move to one of the other 2 camps if you can. If there's people at all 3 camps, then you just kind of have to deal with it, unfortunately. Or maybe group up if you're both Alliance or both Horde. The problem is a lot of times out here in the Hinterlands, this is, to me, the Hinterlands is a little more Horde territory, which sounds weird. Because, like, if you think about it, Airy Peak is a little more accessible to the main part of Hinterlands, whereas the Horde village down here, the Raven Tusk village, is kind of isolated. The only way for them to get out of there, if they run north, go west this one little mountain path, and then cross all the way across the zone to get close to Airy Peak. But despite that, I would still say this is more of a Horde zone in terms of... We're kind of stuck down here. In terms of who I see leveling here, I would say mostly... I always think of Horde as being here more than Alliance, but I'm maybe not an expert on that. Wow, this mob had to run really far away to get to us. That was a pretty good pull, I would say, for us. Definitely made him run all the way around, and we were able to nuke him down pretty much throughout that whole run, so that was solid. Okay, I think that's all of the mobs here. I think we're going to have to move to the next camp. Questy is the best, though. Yeah, someone's asking for quest helping add-ons. I strongly say that Questy is the best one of all the ones I've tried. And now I do say, I've always had this like caveat that if you use a quest helper add-on like Questy, you have to keep in mind that you are losing some of the fun in exploring the world, because you can tell sometimes I just like pop up my map and I'm like, oh, we need to go there, and it does take away some of the exploration, some of like the problem solving, some of the game aspects of the game. Like, you know, it's almost one of the things people complain about retail WoW is that it tells you where to go all the time, and it's really dumbed down for quests. And I do think it's kind of the case when you use Questy, you kind of are replicating that experience because it tells you where to go. So, you know, there's something to say for not running a Questy add-on. I really like it for this type of video, especially. I try not to use it as much when I'm just out on my own leveling, like on my warrior. I did most of that leveling off video, just because I do enjoy just kind of thinking about it and figuring out where things are on my own. But when I'm doing my priest videos, it just takes so long to find things sometimes if I don't know where they are, and I don't think it's as as it is, I think these videos are fairly slow-paced, calm, and possibly boring. So I don't really want to bore it up even more by staring at a quest log, reading it for 10 minutes, trying to find any clues about where to go. We need more jade oozes, by the way. We've got plenty of these green sludges, but the jade oozes are being a problem. Anyway, so I will generally... Can we get up here? Uh-oh. 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 Well, no, maybe not. Let's go this way. I feel like we should be able to jump up here. Maybe not. Okay, well, I didn't realize how uneven our kill count was. We have way more green sludges, more than twice as many green sludges as jade oozes, and unfortunately we still need to kill another one just to get to our jade ooze. But anyway, I do feel like the videos are fairly slow-paced anyway, and the last thing I need is to slow them down by fiddling through quests and trying to find where to go on my own. A lot of them I know anyway, but the ones I don't, it's really handy to have Questy. It's also nice because it's a really good visual representation for people. When I pop up the map and I say we're going here, you can see on the map where that, you know, item is, so it's a little more obvious even. This guy. Well, we finished killing all of the green sludges, and next up will be some jade oozes, which I guess we have to find 7 of them. We're gonna probably end up killing a lot of green sludges more than we needed to kill, unfortunately, just because they're going to be like surrounding the jade oozes. But anyway, let's finish this one up, and we've got all 10 green sludges at least. That's a start. Is there a chest here? Horde supply crate. What is that? Where is that? Okay, well let's do something here. Horde supply crate. I don't know what that is, but we're gonna kill this ooze. Oh no, I was gonna say we're gonna aggro that one, aren't we? Let's just back up a little bit. Ah, screw it. We're gonna kill them both. We lost our powered shield already, unfortunately, which makes this whole thing a little bit more awkward. Let's not aggro the ones behind us now. That'd be really, really handy. Let's go ahead and pop one of these crappy heal potions, or mana potions. We've got so many mana potions. I've been saying forever I need to use them up. Alright, let's power word shield ourselves, and let's nuke this one down. We don't need to kill this one, but he's messing with us anyway, so we might as well. Yeah, so let's see. I'm talking world check. We're going to buy light feather. Please don't tell. I like to stock up on light feathers. I mentioned this before. For levitate, I've got about 16 left, which is plenty, but I never want to get to a point where I have to farm them. You know, it's just so annoying. So I'm hoping people. Ooh, a scum covered bag. Oh, good, more potions. That's what I was looking for. So what's this horde supply crate? I don't know what this is at all. I have like no clue. But there's a chest over here. Well, there's a pumpkin. Let's go ahead and powered fort. Let's go ahead and drink for just a moment while we need to get some more mana and stuff. So what I want to do is maybe skip those things, but I'm gonna go over here and get this solid chest, wherever that is, over there somewhere. Because it sure would be nice to find a chest. It's been so long since I've opened a chest. It's been so long since I've found a chest. Who is this, a mage? I knew it. It's always a mage that's selling light feathers, because they've got a stock of them. Because they also use them. Jade ooze, green sludge. Okay, so the chest is directly back there. How the hell do I get back there without pulling all these mobs at once? Guess we're gonna just pull a bunch of mobs. Whatever, that's fine. Alright, we got it 2 for 1 here, folks. We're gonna have to kill them both. Let's put a dot on the second one just to get that DPS going a little bit, make it a little more efficient for us. I wonder what this guy's gonna sell the light feathers for. It's gonna be something like 5 gold, and we're like, no, I'm not paying 5 gold for freaking light feathers. Are you kidding me? I'm just like, oh man, that guy just like knocked us out of our mind flay real fast. I guess I forgot our powered shield was down, so we get not dazed, but your spells get interrupted really quickly. Let's pop another powered shield on. We can pop a heal potion if we need to, but I think we're totally fine now. There's just one mob fighting us. It's trickier when you got 2 of them hitting you, because basically if 2 mobs are hitting you right, you're taking twice as much damage, obviously. But in the end, you take more than twice as much damage than if you fought them individually, because you're basically fighting one mob, getting DPS by him, while getting DPS by a second mob. It's a little scary, getting hit by 2 at once. Okay, one more wand hit. He's only got 5 health. Good job. Let's loot them both, and let's go ahead and... Do we have any food left? No, let's go ahead and drink for just a moment. Okay, so we went ahead and drank, and sorry I got distracted for just a sec. I want to pop a renew on ourselves and a quick flash heal. Go back into shadow form, and let's move closer towards that chest. Okay, I think we just need to kill this last one here, and I think that'll be enough to clear the route for us. Shouldn't take much. I could be wrong about that, but I think we can sneak through. There's one on the left, one on the right. I think we can sneak right by the rest of these mobs and get what we need out of them, no problem. Let's wand this down a few more times. Done. Good. Bag's getting a little full. But now, okay, so how do we sneak through here? I think we sneak just like this. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Very, very easy. Okay, let's get this chest. It's actually a surprisingly good hat piece, I think. What was that? 12 intellect, 13 spirit. That's actually like a very good stats cloth hat piece for not having any plus healing or plus damage, but that's a very solid overall, what do you call it, just hat for stats. Anyway, I know it seems weird, but we are going to stop the video here for today. We've almost got all of our Jade Oozes done. Next time we'll finish up killing the last 4 Jade Oozes. We're going to head east to grab our Pulpily Verbose port, then head back west, get one more troll necklace if we haven't gotten it by then, and then pick up the last 7 wildkin feathers. I just wanted to grab this chest before we logged out for the day. Anyway, that's all for today. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.